Hey, what's going on? This is your boy, once again, the singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network. And this is another edition of Boxing Updates. You have heard it correctly. And we will talk about it today at 12:30, extensively. We're talking about George Kambosos. If successful, he will be eyeing Devin Haney for undisputed fight after Teofimo Lopez. Now, listen, guys. You have to understand. This guy, George Kambosos, not flashy. He's an underdog. He has a punching chance, but he's ordinary. But I like the way he carry himself in the press conferences, back and forth between bravadas and everything. He has been doing what he's supposed to do, speak like he's supposed to speak, carry himself like he's supposed to carry himself. Now, we know that he's the underdog. We know that Teofimo Lopez is the champion. We know that he has more, less fights or lucrative fights, unless you count Lee Selby and of course, Mickey Bay. Now, let's get down to the video. Now, the video, we talking about George Kambosos Jr. He's already mapping out an undisputed clash with WBC lightweight champion Devin Haney. He's not running. He is not ducking. He is not trying to hold on to anything. If he win the belts, he want to go directly to Devin Haney. And that way, he is trying to get a unified belt together. He's trying to get the IBF. He's trying to get the WBA. He's trying to get the WBC. And yes, he's trying to get the WBO. Now, of course, champion Teofimo Lopez, this Saturday night, will be on the fight card with Kambosos, and it will be shown live on the Zone, of course. Now, this is Teofimo's first defense of his WBA, WBC, franchise, and WBO 135-pound titles. Now, of course, we've been waiting over a year for this fight, and I have to admit, everyone had lost their zest for this fight. This fight had lost its momentum. Matter of fact, Lopez had lost his momentum for this fight. Because coming off the Lomachenko fight, he basically was in high demand. He was basically right on the tops of the tops. But he had to spoil that. Why? Because he was getting greedy. Why? Because his eyes got too big. Why? Because he's seen all that money. That's why. But he didn't understand. You have to work for it, all right? You just don't get it handed to you, okay? It doesn't matter. When you negotiate, you have to negotiate all the factors. You have to negotiate all your past history in that weight class. And that what they done. And of course, Triller was willing to pay at the purse bid. Now, keep in mind, the purse bid, you start off with Triller. Then the second came, of course, the Zone. Then the third came his own promotional company, Bob Arum. Bob Arum did not want to pay for this fight, so he threw $1 million in there. So, now, of course, we know that they played games, Triller did, that they didn't want to pay that much. Kambosos came down with the coronavirus, but he got caught in a lie because he was up there in Italy with his girlfriend or wife and having a vacation, having a good old time. Father came out the bar drunk and told it all, and there you go. Now, let's move on. Of course, Kambosos was mad because he's going back and forth to Australia with his pregnant wife who is having twins. Hello. So, there you go again. So, he's going back and forth, lying back and forth. So, Triller said, you know what? Okay, this is the end of the contract. That's okay. Now, in a purse bid, you know that if the first guy falls out, you go to the second highest bidder. And the second highest bidder was my friend for a week. That is Eddie Lion Hearns. That's right. He got the job done. I have to admit, he got the job done. Now, it's baffling. It is really baffling. Move and a total waste of time. But it shows that there are some confidence issues with Teofimo Lopez that led to him taking this much lesser fight against Kambosos rather than doing the logical thing by facing Lomachenko in a rematch where he got paid a lot, which he did not want to take because, Lomachenko had a bad arm. He had a bad shoulder. He couldn't be that matrix like he always be in the ring. So, therefore, he knew that was a risky fight. He knew that he would have held on to the titles for $1 in a day, and that's it. Now, Tio's rationale for fighting Kambosos was that he wanted to hold on to his IBF title because he would have been stripped due to his mandatory defense being due. So, interestingly, Teofimo Lopez reported that he would be vacating his 4 lightweight titles after his defense against Kambosos, making it pointless for him to take the fight, which is pretty much smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. So if Teofimo Lopez could have made more money fighting Lomachenko in a rematch, or none other than Mayweather Promotions star Gervonta Davis, it would have been more money and more sense to take one of those fights, even if it meant losing his IBF title. You can argue that Teofimo may have lacked the confidence to take the risky fight against Tank or Lomachenko. Tank is Gervonta Davis. Tank is his nickname because of head like a tank. Wow. All right. So Lomachenko from Argentina, so he opted out to take the easy route. Well, at least he thought was the easy route. That's a sure thing. Payday against Kambosos. But Kambosos is ready to fight. Kambosos is ready to fight, and Kambosos is looking good. So come this Saturday night, all of a sudden, yesterday, which was Thanksgiving, he comes out and says he has an injury. He says that his foot is injured. He believes that his arm is injured, hand injured, whatever you want to call it. Now, the fight is still on. But listen, my people, listen, my brothers, listen, my sisters. This is the excuse. So in case you fall short come Saturday night and you lose your belts, keep in mind that he said this. All right. Now, is this just kind of like insurance, just in case he lose, or he want to go in there and dominate him and still say that I was hurt and I still dominate him? So you be the judge. You tell me what you think. You write down in the comment what you feel it should be, and also come and talk with me today at 12:30 p.m. Give me your ideas. Give me what you think. I am the singing OG KQKC. And shout out to the LDBC Lions Den Boxing community. Shout out to Black Media Row. And with that, I greet you with the ancient word of peace. Assalamu alaikum. And salaikum salam to everyone. Peace and love. I'm on. I am on to the next one. I'm out. Peace.